been driving the MG Comet for almost 9 months now, and here are a couple of things you should know about this quirky car. Here's our long-term review of the MG Comet. Well, I really like the auto unlock function in the MG Comet. As you can see, my hands are always full, and I find it very difficult to find the car keys with all these bags. But you know what, I can't really access the car from this side. It's also very simple to access the car from the passenger side, and I'll show you why. As you can see, there is no central transmission tunnel, so you can very easily slide into the passenger side seat and slide over to the driver's side seat. But once you step inside the cabin, of course, getting access to the seatbelt is quite a task, because this is a two-door hatch and it starts from right at the end of the door, this large door. But this one hook right here makes things much easier for the driver's side seat. I wish that courtesy was extended to the passenger side seat as well. Well, once you get inside the cabin, it looks quite premium and good looking, and you have this sleek dual infotainment screen as well with cool graphics. But this tends to hang a lot, and the biggest learning for me has been that you have to keep track of the OTA updates. As you can see, it's a tall car, so not very comfortable for older people, but let's figure out whether it's comfortable for younger folk. While you get great visibility thanks to the tall hatchback, one thing that I don't like about the Comet is that the brake and the accelerator pedals are in somewhat a raised position, which makes it very uncomfortable while driving over a longer distance. I like that there is no start-stop button. All you have to do is press on the brake, shift from neutral to drive, and you can start driving. Also enhancing visibility at night are these powerful LED headlamps, quite a boon in this Comet. As you can see, the Comet doesn't really have what it can call a boot space, and it has no space to even house a spare tire, but what it gives you instead is a tire inflator kit, which is very handy if you have a puncture. I love how compact this MG Comet feels, and also this large glass house. It really helps when you want to take quick turns in traffic, maneuver gracefully through, these narrow by-lanes, as well as park in tight spots. And while I really like this large glass house, a real big miss from MG is maybe a rear windshield wiper as well as a washer, and maybe even a rear defogger. That's something that you really need during the monsoons. A common complaint that we had even during our reviews was that the tires are really skinny and you do end up feeling the bumps on the road.
So just to give you an idea about my daily commute, I end up traveling around 20 kilometers.
And I have to charge the Comet once in 4 to 5 days with my AC home charger, which is around 7.4 kilowatt. But the Comet that I have is a slow charging one, which ends up using only around 3.3 kilowatt AC charging. So it costs me approximately 54.42 rupees every time I plug in this car for a charge, and that comes up to around 272 rupees per month. That's a lot of money saved, right? When you own a Comet, you have to plan your parking pretty wisely, and that's simply because the doors of the Comet are pretty wide. So in case you have a passenger sitting in the back seat, it's not going to be very easy to let the person out. So you have to ensure that you're parked in a spot where it's much easier for your passenger to head out. Well, service has been pretty smooth with the MG Comet. In fact, MG gives you 8-year battery warranty, and if you were to consider this a gadget which charges you around 54 rupees per charge and saves you a ton of money while you're doing so, 8 years is a very good bargain, don't you think? The resale value is a big question mark when it comes to electric vehicles in our country, but if MG were to decide to give you a discounted rate to upgrade to another EV when it's time to sell the Comet, it would be a great option, wouldn't it? So it's something for MG to think about. But for now, the MG Comet is the most affordable EV you can buy in the country today, and you might want to choose this as your second or third vehicle, not the primary one, to take you around the city. So in that respect, I would give the Comet a big thumbs up.